Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is June 14, 2024, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, it's Microsoft and Apple that pushed to new all-time record highs. But first, looking at today's major economic events, so at 4 p.m. South African time, out of the United States, we have a UoM Consumer Sentiment number coming out. That's also a very important number. Now looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, Japanese yen trades back to its record lows. And as we look at the indices, the Dow Jones unchanged, but the NASDAQ pushes to all-time record highs on the back of big tech. Now looking at commodities, gold remains unchanged while oil pushes a little bit higher. And as we look at the stock, it's the big tech stocks that push the markets higher. And lastly, look at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin sitting on support. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Japanese yen. Now the dollar is getting slightly stronger almost across the board, but it's a Japanese yen that's a leading indicator. Remember that, okay? I've always said that. Everybody's eyes are on Japan, because if they're going to break out and they're going to see new lows for the Japanese yen versus the dollar is also going to get weaker, and we're going to see this cycle continue because there's a lot of things changing in the world when it comes to finance. All right, so here we are. We're looking at a daily chart. We're on our record lows versus the US dollar. Okay, we're closing there. We're correcting ourselves, but just keep in mind that there is monetary policy this morning from Japan, and there's going to be a press conference as that is tentatively happening all day. So keep that in mind as this is still on the focus. Okay, looking at the British pound. Okay, we retraced off of our resistance level. Okay, this is also showing some strength for the British pound versus the dollar. Okay, the dollar getting a little bit stronger here, and we're still consolidating in this area. If we break this 127.16-ish level, that's going to be a correctional move to the downside. We may see that, okay? So jumping into commodities, let's take a look at gold. Gold really unchanged at 23.11. However, crude oil extends its gains to $78 a barrel. Okay, that is resistance-ish area, so I do expect a little bit of congestion here. Now jumping into the U.S. markets, let's take a look at it. Dow Jones unchanged. Okay, we're looking at weekly. Let's take a look at a 4-hour chart. Just trading really sideways. However, take a look at the NASDAQ, making new record highs to 19,639. It's almost half of the Dow Jones. That's huge for the NASDAQ, because the NASDAQ used to be trading, I would say, a third of what the Dow Jones. If the Dow Jones was at 15,000, the NASDAQ would be at 5,000. That was usually the way. Now it's at 50%. So a lot of economy is shifting towards those big tech stocks. Okay, now let's take a look at those big tech stocks. So who moved up? Apple, look at that. Just orbital, okay, above $200. If we look at a weekly chart, even after it split, you can see that split a long time ago in August of 2020. Now look at us where we are today, 214 all-time record highs. That would put us about $700 to $800 pre-split. Okay, that's really very important. And if we look at the other one, Microsoft, okay, it looks so weak. It completely shook us out. Okay, went down to 405, tested us a little bit below 405, and then, kind of tested it again. But it rallied back, and when it rallies, it just goes. Okay, and it's at 441. It's about $10 above its all-time record highs. So that's a big move for Microsoft. Now, the other one that moved up is Facebook. Now, it didn't make new highs, but it inched back closer to its record highs. So big tech, at least for now, is showing some strength. Now, Nvidia did sell off, okay, but, okay, we did have a little bit of a move. Now, this is not fair because all the charts are a little bit screwy right now, because after it split, the charts are taking it into consideration. Now, lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin sitting on support, okay, at 66,800-ish level. Let's see if we'll get that bounce. Okay, maybe big tech will give it to us and give some effect on Bitcoin. I don't know, but it's sitting on support. What I do know, it's sitting on support. And if it breaks support, it's going to trade lower. If it doesn't, it's going to move up higher as well. So keep that in mind. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.